that's cheating. No. It's time to take a wild ride back to the past. Sit back and relax and enjoy this episode of Everything. That table can only mean one thing. Something crazy is about to happen. Let's see what we got here. We received a package from Japan, as you can see right there. Got a bit of a package right here. Let's see if we can open this up. First thing we're going to do is take this off. And that was pretty easy. Alright, so we have a box here. It's going to make it nice and simple. Let's open the box up and see what we got in here. I ordered a few games from Japan. Game Boy or Super Nintendo, it could be either or. Let's see what we got here. Alright, we're almost inside the box, and let's check out what we have here. This is an interesting box. We've got plenty of bubble wrap. Let's see if we can zoom in over here. Turn this around a little bit. Perfect. Let's dive in and let's check out what we got here. A Japanese premium plastic bubble wrap. Yeah, it's hard to pop. This is good stuff. Okay, what appears to be Japanese newspapers. Check this out. That is interesting. Look at this. It looks like it was during the Olympics. You can see a little thing right there from the Olympics. And got a little bit of soccer right there. Got a little anime drawn right there. It's pretty cool. And we got more. Alright, look at this. I'm not sure what the hell that is. It looks like a battleship of some sort. That's interesting. Got a little comic strip down here. It's always interesting ordering stuff from Japan because you really never know what type of stuff they're going to wrap your games up with. And in this case, they wrapped it up with a newspaper. And it's always interesting to see what they have in their newspapers. Check that out. Yes, these are different business listings right here. And we have a little doggy right there. Check that out. You have some sort of foot wrapping of some sort. Let's see if the camera can focus. Okay, I guess the camera doesn't want to focus on that. Let's move on to the games. We got plenty of crazy Japanese newspaper. This has a bunch of numbers and I have no idea what that is. Alright, basically we've got a whole newspaper. That is interesting. Alright, so now for the good stuff. Let's see what we got here. We got a bundle of Game Boy games here. These are Japanese Game Boy games. And they gave us an impressive amount of Game Boy games. It's like the size of a kilo. And that's the reason why this took so long to go through customs, I'm pretty sure. So let's check this out. It's interesting how they wrap these up. So they sell them in batches. I mean, look at this. So instead of getting like one game, you get like, what's this, 6 games? Now we have to open up another pack. It's like a pack in a pack. Oh, what the heck? They really wrap these things up. If I can only get this open, this is insane. It's almost like it's brand new. What the hell? What kind of voodoo is this? Oh my god, I can't get it. Okay, let's look at the sticker first. It says, let's see if we can get it focused here. See if that camera will focus. Come on, focus. The camera is being real difficult today. There we go. It says Game Boy, and it has Japanese right there, and it has the barcode and that. Alright, so now let's see if we can get into it. Get the sticker off. I have not really purchased games from Japan in probably a long, like over, let's see, at least 5 years or so. Really don't have too much room to put these. So let me see what we got here. We got what appears to be a baseball game of some sort. I guess I bought these in lots, so whatever came is what came pretty much. So that's baseball. This is called, let's see if we can get this focused. Battlers Versus. Let's see if we get a pretty good shot of that. That's probably better right there. Battlers Versus. And this is, looks like a shooter of some sort. Nemesis 2. It's like definitely a Konami game. You see the Konami logo right there. And this game right here is a Hudson game. And the title is completely in Japanese. I don't know what this game is. There's no end label or anything like that. Actually, there's a little bit of writing right there. Check that out. Even in Japan, they write their names on their cartridges. Yeah, I don't know for sure what that is. Looks like a platformer. Yeah, Pack in Time. Now, this definitely looks like a fun game to try out. Check that out. Pac-Man. Can never go wrong with Pac-Man. And then we have this game right here, and I'm assuming that's Ultraman. It looks like it, but again, I don't know for sure what that says, because I can't read Japanese. But I'm pretty sure that's what that is. I do have an Ultraman game on Sega Saturn. So now we have another kilo of Game Boy games here. Well, actually, no. We're still on the first kilo. We still have to open this up here. Let's see if we can pop this open over here. This plastic is very hard to take apart. So they wrap their games very, very well. And one thing I like about when they sell used games in Japan, they don't plaster their games with stickers like directly on the actual cartridge itself. They plaster the stickers on the actual plastic instead of the actual cartridge, which is nice. We have a what appears to be a Pokemon game here. Pocket Monster Trainer. I don't know exactly what Pokemon game this is, but it has Pikachu on it. Check that out. That's pretty cool. We have a Pocket Monster game here. Maybe that's Pokemon Yellow and this is Pokemon Green. I'm not sure, but this is also another Pokemon game. And check that out. That's pretty awesome. That is pretty cool. And then we have this one right here, which I'm assuming this is probably Pokemon Red. I'm pretty sure that's what it is. The cartridge does have a little bit of wear and tear right there. For the most part, the labels are pretty good. You can see it came out in 1995 in Japan. I think we had to wait till like 97 or 98 for a Pokemon game. And then we have this fancy looking Game Boy Color Pokemon cartridge. And I don't have a slightest idea of which Pokemon game that is. If you know what Pokemon game that is, comment down below and let me know. It kind of has a purplish cartridge. And a nice, shiny, cool looking label. Look at that. That's pretty awesome. Yeah, wait a minute. Whoa, we got another one here. So that was like a whole Pokemon bundle pack right there. That is pretty awesome. Look at that. And Japan is the land of the Pokemons. That's where they all derive from. Let's see what we got in the next pack here. Got some interesting stuff coming on here. Let's check this out. Open this up. You can see right away we got a Donkey Kong game. A Japanese Donkey Kong game. Again, these are wrapped really, really good. Definitely did a good job. So we got Donkey Kong GB, which I guess is Donkey Kong Game Boy. And I believe in North America, this was called Donkey Kong Country for Game Boy. But over in Japan, they call it Donkey Kong Game Boy, I guess. That's interesting. It's a yellow cartridge. It's actually super, put a super up there, Super Donkey Kong Game Boy. That is interesting. It's a cool looking label art too, look at that, that's pretty awesome. And then we have the Japanese version of Tetris. This is technically the first game that released on Game Boy, as far as I know. I mean, check this out, this is awesome. It's definitely different artwork than what you got on the American label, that's pretty cool. And then we have a Kirby game for Game Boy. And it's the Japanese version of Kirby. So, rumor has it that the Japanese version of Kirby, anytime there's label art involved, the Japanese Kirby is very, very happy, always smiles. But if you come across an American Kirby, he's pissed off. He's always has a pissed off expression on his face. So, there you go, there's the Japanese Kirby. He's happier than a pig in shit. And then what we got here is some sort of Mario game right here, Pit Cross. I don't know for sure what this is. Quite curious to try that out. It came out in, let's see, 1996, so it came out pretty late. And whatever it is, it's part 2 of something. I don't know for sure what that is. And then we have a Yoshi game. I believe there was a Yoshi game on Game Boy. It might have been called Yoshi Cookies or something like that. I don't remember off the top of my head, but I believe that this is what that game is. It's kind of like Tetris or Columns, if I'm not mistaken, or it might be that game where Mario's holding the little plate on the bottom. You have to flip it around, and there's the little things that fall down towards the bottom of the screen. That might be what this game is. I just don't remember exactly what it was called. And then we move on to what we got here. What do we got here? Let's see here. This is actually a quite impressive amount of imports, all in one box. This is insane. Alright, so right off the bat, this definitely looks like one of those Technos dodgeball games. I don't know for sure what that's called. It's in Japanese, but there's definitely some River City Ransom style artwork right there. And there is a ball right there. So I'm assuming that this is some sort of cool, fun sports game, either volleyball, dodgeball, something like that. We're gonna have to try that out. It looks pretty cool. And we have another Technos game with the same exact artwork. Very, very reminiscent to River City Ransom. I don't know what this is. I'm not sure if it's a beat 'em up or what the heck that is, but it's all in Japanese, and it appears, my guess, it might be a beat 'em up type game. It might be a sports game. Would have to check that out. And we have another Technos game right here. And yeah, this appears to be some other, whatever these games are, we can definitely look 2 Game Boys together. So these, whatever these games are, they're 2 players. This might be another sports game. And Technos is also the company that made WWF WrestleFest. And we have another Technos game right here, and this definitely is a sports game. You can see the ball right there. And that has 4 Game Boys right there. What the hell is that even possible? Looking 4 Game Boys together? Is that even possible? That's insane. Never heard of such a thing. So I'm assuming that this is probably a dodgeball game of some sort. And then we have this right here, which is pretty obvious. It looks like volleyball or beach ball or something like that. And it's another Technos game, so we got a bunch of Technos games. That's actually pretty cool. Alright, so we got another batch, or should I say another kilo of games right here. Let's see what we got in here. Alright, so we're going to open up the first little batch of games we have here, and right off the bat, that definitely looks quite familiar. It's a Capcom game. Ghouls and Ghosts and Goblins, whatever you want to call it. That's definitely what that is right there, I'm pretty sure. I never played the Game Boy version of that. That's going to be interesting. I have the Sega Genesis and the Super Nintendo version. So yeah, that's definitely Ghouls and Ghosts and Goblins. I don't know for sure what that is, but it's a Capcom game. It's definitely one of those type of games. It's pretty awesome. And then we have this game right here. Some sort of Game Boy gallery. That's the only English writing that's right there on the bottom. It has Mario, Cooper, and Princess all on one cartridge right there. That's I have to check that out. That's interesting. And then we have a second version of that, whatever that game is right there. I really don't know what this is. It looks like there's a little Game Watch handheld right there. I don't know if this will focus, but if you look closely right there in the center, it's like a little Game Watch handheld. So maybe those 2 cartridges have little Game Watch games on it. If so, that's actually pretty cool. I'm gonna have to check that out. Alright, and then we have a Takara game. And Takara is pretty famous for making fighting games like Rolled Heroes for the Neo Geo or the Super Nintendo, which I prefer the Super Nintendo. I have that game, I love that game, it's pretty cool. I don't know what this is. This may be a Rolled Heroes game. If so, I'm going to be very happy with that because I love that game. And we have right here, what the hell does that say? It says The Missing Color. It's made by Tommy. I don't know what this is. It might be an RPG. Judging by the sword and just by the font, I guess this is some sort of RPG. And then we have this very colorful looking artwork right here. And I don't really know what this game's called, but it definitely looks interesting. This could definitely possibly be a platformer of some sort. And then we have another Takara game, which I'm assuming this is some sort of fighter. And it's a special version of whatever this game is right here. I don't know for sure what that is, but it may be a World Heroes game, I'm not sure. I'll have to check that out at some time. Let's see if we can get more of these open here. This is a very, very impressive import. I'm very, very happy that it made it all the way to the United States, the East Coast, and went through customs twice. Alright, let's see what we got here. So we got a game called The Last Bible by Atlas. I'm probably assuming that this is an RPG of some sort. And if this game ever made it to the United States, most likely they probably changed the name because Nintendo freaked out when it came to religious stuff for some reason. I'm not sure why, but... And this might be a shooter called Solar Striker. And it came out in 1989, so this is probably one of the earlier Game Boy games right here. It has nice artwork on the label. Kind of reminiscent to something you would see on an Atari game. Check that out, that's actually pretty awesome. And then we have some sort of, I don't even know what this is, but it's in Japanese, and there's what appears to be a squirrel and a character right there. And I'm pretty sure that this may be some sort of platformer. It's made by Chunsoft and was released in 1996. I don't know what this is. And here we have another Takara game. It's a Game Boy Color Takara game. And I'm assuming that might be a fighter, but I don't know for sure. We'll have to check that out. And I believe this might be the second copy of the baseball game that I received in this bundle. And yeah, that's usually what you get when you buy lots. You might get duplicates, so this might be a duplicate. We have this game right here called Dragon Tail. And it's made by IMAX. And I don't think that's the same IMAX that makes movies. So that's probably a company that does not exist anymore. And we have a Wario game right here. Look at that, Wario Land. It's pretty awesome. Look at the label artwork on there. That's pretty awesome. And then we have right here, Super Mario Land. Released in 1989. Check that out. This is the Japanese version of Super Mario Land. We have one more batch of Game Boy games here. Let's see if we can check these out. These opened up pretty easily, which is good. Alright, let's see what we got here. I have a cartridge called Pitman. I have no idea what that is. It's definitely not Pitfall. It's these little anime looking characters. I have to check that out. And we have another Yoshi game right here. Almost looks like Bejeweled or Candy Crush, but with Yoshi. Check that out. That looks pretty awesome. I'm pretty sure there is an American version of this, but I just don't know what it's called. And we have another Picross Mario game right here. I don't know for sure what these are. I'm gonna have to actually pop one of these in and check that out at some time. It's actually pretty awesome. Look at the cool illustration of Mario's mustache, nose, and eyes. Check that out. Then we have Othello World. We have a little rabbit illustration with the Othello game in the background. It's a pretty cool game. Nice puzzle game. The illustration definitely does not look like anime or Japanese looking. That's interesting. Then we have a Bandai game right here, and I really don't know what this game is, but it might be some sort of platformer or something. Let me look at that. It's the third version of whatever this is. I don't know for sure what that is. And here we have another Takara game. I don't know what this is either. And I'm assuming that this Takara game is not a fighter. They're holding hands. So this is definitely out of my realms for Takara games. This is definitely not a fighter. Maybe it's a platformer. Who knows? Alright, what else do we have here? And we have another big huge pack of something here. Let's check this out. And these are definitely not Game Boy games. What the hell is this? Oh, it's a Game Gear game. Oh boy. Check this out. Japanese Game Gear games. That's pretty interesting. Let's see what we got here. So for Japanese Game Gear games, we have what is that? Eternal Legend. Safe to assume that this is probably an RPG. And we got another copy of, oh my god, this thing must have been closed forever. It just snapped like with no problem. This is Sonic and Tails, a Japanese copy of Sonic and Tails for the Game Gear. That's interesting. These cases are seen some better days. And we have this game right here, and yeah, there we go. It looks anime looking. I don't know for sure what this is, but it's on Game Gear. Check that out. Then we have another big wad of Game Gear games right here. Look at this. We'll start off with these three right here. Okay, so let's put those two down. Woody Pop, if I'm reading that correctly, or Wooey Pop. Okay, so my camera decided to cut me off, so we started over here. Alright, so we got this game right here. It's called, I believe it's called Woody Pop. It looks like an Arkanoid type of thing. I'm not sure what this is. We have another Game Gear game right here called Pongo. I never heard of these Game Gear games before. This is interesting. These are like really obscure games. Interesting. Then we have this Game Gear game right here. That looks kind of familiar. But the thing is, I can't read that. But that artwork looks quite familiar. I can't pinpoint what that is. It looks very familiar. If you know what that is, comment down below and let me know. That looks like it might be a shooter, or it might be something. We got Sonic Drift 2. That's pretty awesome. I love Sonic racing games, so that's actually pretty cool. And we got what appears to be a Donald Duck game. And Disney games over in Japan were quite popular, and they're expensive too. It's interesting that this was actually included in the bundle. I think this game goes for a lot of money over in the States. And this appears to be a dodgeball game, I think. Definitely looks like it. Hey, he's holding a dodgeball right there. Check out the art label on that. That is pretty awesome. Look at the anime. I think that's it. Hopefully I did not miss anything. There's a lot of games in here. I mean, look at all these Game Boy games. Look at this. There's a bunch. So if you enjoyed this episode of Memory Lane, don't forget to comment down below and give it a thumbs up. And if you're new to Gaming Plus Empire, don't forget to check out our other Memory Lane videos. And stay tuned for more Memory Lane videos coming soon.